Your thoughts?
What? What? Who?
Nice.
Welcome into this Tuesday morning on this 9th day of January. CJ Nasello here with you. It's our daily show right here on RiverBender.com. And man, last night was kind of fun to watch all that, snow and I guess freezing rain or sleet coming down, and then by the morning having it all washed away. I'm in for that one. Coming up today, stay tuned to RiverBender.com/weather as those weather events do keep creeping up and up. I know that it will translate over to snow here shortly, and then they're expecting, we'll take a look at weather here in a little bit, 1 to 3 inches here for the region. With that being said, you and I still got a show to do today, tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. We don't stop. We're like the mailmen when it comes to weather. Coming up on this show today, we're going to talk to Luis first. Michigan last night was impressive. And, it was a hell of a game to watch for that college football title, and Michigan pulls away for the first time since 1997. Luis will call in to tell us about that. Plus, we're going to talk about the latest St. Louis Cardinals moves that they've made, a spring training pitchers and catchers report in just a few short weeks. St. Louis City getting ready to start play again. He'll fill us in on that and fill us in on how the Blues are feeling morale-wise, as the season keeps creeping down the pipeline. And then we're going to be talking to Taralei Griffin. She has a brand new photography opportunity and project that she's working on. She's going to fill us in on that, The Last Prisoner Project, and so much more. Then we're going to end our show with Shannon Stelling and Home Builders Remodelers of the Metro East. We're going to talk about the Home Expo 2024, only 2 months away. It seems like yesterday I said we're 6 months away from this. I met with Shannon in the summer, and we're already here. I mean, it's coming closer and closer. So she's going to fill us in as we're on the road to the Home Expo. Plus, we're going to be talking about the trade spotlights that we're doing and how important it is to reach out to the younger generations to let them know about the amazing opportunities that are there within the vocational programs, and whether it's in high school or, outside of it. So all that comes down the pipeline today. If you have anything you want to talk about, 618-759-7469, or any way you want to reach out to me, I'll check my phone eventually. We'll take you to top of the hour news now at 9:04. It's my time to tell you to stay up to date with your daily dose of local and your number one source for everything local here at RiverBender.com. Join our daily email update with over 70,000 subscribers that are in the know, as my good pal Ray Hartman would say, or download the RiverBender app today, and you'll get those breaking news alerts. You'll stay up to date on everything you need to know when it happens. We'll take you to Edwardsville first. Madison County State's Attorney Tom Hain did announce on Monday that a Troy man has pled guilty to first-degree murder in connection with the fire-related death of a woman in Troy. Michael E. Sloan Jr., 41, of Troy, pled guilty to the charge during a hearing Monday before Associate Judge Neil Schroeder. In circuit court in Madison County, Sloan faces up to 50 years in prison. His sentencing hearing is set for February the 26th. A quote from Tom Hain: "We intend to seek the full 50-year term. This was an especially heinous and cruel crime." Sloan admitted that he did set fire to the home of 69-year-old Suzanne Tomlinson in the 500th block of Wood Thrush in Troy on September the 22nd, 2022, knowing that she was inside. The fire did result in the death of Tomlinson. Assistant State's Attorney Laureen Miracle, in outlining the case to the court, said evidence and testimony would show that Sloan poured gasoline in Tomlinson's duplex and doused her with gasoline. Sloan also threw gasoline onto Tomlinson's adult daughter, but she managed to escape and seek help. A neighbor called police after seeing the daughter running down the street. When police arrived moments later, they saw Sloan hold a cigarette lighter above his head and flick the lighter, resulting in a fireball. Sloan had yelled to the police that he intended to kill everyone, according to Miracle. Flames and heavy smoke hindered attempts to get into the burning home. An autopsy revealed that Suzanne Tomlinson did die of smoke inhalation and burn injuries. Sloan was rescued from the fire and taken into custody after receiving medical treatment at the hospital. Hain did thank the Troy Police, Troy Fire Protection District, the Madison County Coroner, Illinois State Police, and Illinois State Fire Marshal for their diligent work on the case. He also commended Miracle and the Violent Crimes Unit of the state's attorney's office. Dalton Brown reporting out of Jerseyville. 2 people have been charged with stealing a trailer and a John Deere compact track loader from Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville, according to a recent Jersey County court filing. Here's the latest. Cody A. Jones, 36, of Aquaka, Illinois, and Shaylee L. Harkey of Viola, Illinois, were both charged with theft of property valued between $100,000 to $500,000. Court documents state that on or about the 19th of December, Jones and Harkey stole property from Midwest Tractor Sales, specifically a John Deere 325G compact track loader and a T-Man trailer with forks. Both Jones and Harkey were charged with Class 1 felonies. Court documents indicate they are currently being held without pretrial release conditions in custody of the Jersey County Sheriff until their initial court appearance. And please note, as always, that all subjects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Amy Ellick joined us on the show just a few days ago, and Sydney Sinks brings us a recap. State Representative Amy Ellick has helped pass several bipartisan bills in 2023, and she has plans to do more this 2024. Ellick, a Republican who represents the 111th District in Illinois with a home base in Alton, from firearm owners' identification cards to sexual misconduct in schools, Ellick has multiple bills in the works that she hopes to pass this year after she returns to Springfield on January 16th. Here's a quote. "I'm really proud, especially of the bills I passed in 2023. I have a host of additional bills for 2024 that I'm working on. I know that I'm looking forward to going back. I'm excited to work on the bills and things I've been working on these last few months, sort of behind the scenes. Honestly, my bills come from constituents that bring issues to me, and I go, well, that's not right, and we can fix it." Ellick is currently working on a bill that aims to lower the cost of changing the address on FOID cards and concealed carry licenses. Currently, to change the address on your FOID card, you must pay a $5 fee with the Illinois State Police, and it costs an additional $75 to change your address on your CCL. Ellick proposed bill would lower this fee. A quote from Ellick, "It's ridiculous, first of all. What's even more ridiculous is it's all the same card now. So if you have your FOID and your CCL, you're going to get one card, but you're going to pay $80. So if you think of a couple that moves their residence, that's $160 to change an address referring to the card. This is a very simple thing, and I think that's highway robbery, and I'm working on that. Not sure where we'll go on that because the people that control Illinois want gun owners to pay out of the nose for everything. So I don't know where we're going to go on that." That's the quote from Ellick in regards to that proposal. In the meantime, Ellick is working on a bill that addresses unclaimed property for people who do have trust. She said she wants to make sure in the bill the trusts keep the record, and she has been working with great local attorneys that advise people on that kind of thing to make this bill possible. Ellick is especially passionate about a bill that will outlaw sexual relations between students and school employees, even if the student is 18 years of age. It is currently legal for school employees to have sexual relations with students if they are 18. Ellick hopes to criminalize it in some way via this bill so that staff members will face legal consequences, in addition to the professional pushback and discipline they may receive. I think we can all agree a teacher or a staff member at a school should not be having sex with a student, even if they're 18, Alex said. And right now, people might be surprised to know that it's not illegal. It's unethical, and they will lose their jobs because of professional standards, but it's not illegal. If you criminalize it in some way, in any way, it allows the police to do an investigation instead of the school doing that investigation. So that helps the police be able to get involved in a case like that. Ellick has been working closely with Faith Colson, a sexual abuse survivor, from whom's Faith's Law was named. The 102nd General Assembly, of which Ellick was a member, passed Faith's Law in two parts to clearly define sexual abuse in schools K through 12. The law also changed the process that a school must follow when sexual misconduct is suspected or reported. Ellick aims to address cleanup language that will officially criminalize sex between teachers, staff members, and students, even if the student is 18 years of age. She noted that she has been working with many advocates like Colson to make this possible, and more information will be provided soon. Ultimately, Ellick said she's excited for the second year of her 2-year term with the 103rd General Assembly. Her office will begin monthly traveling office hours throughout the 111th District beginning in February. You can learn more at RiverBender.com. Here's our final quote. I'm just looking forward to what the year holds in Springfield and in the district. Also in the news out of St. Louis, the Scholarship Foundation of St. Louis has launched the Ameren All-In Scholarship Fund, a $1,180,000 five-year commitment to provide 25 students annually with scholarship grants up to $10,000 per student for up to 10 semesters or 5 years. Applicants for this opportunity need to apply now as applications are open, and they can visit sfstl.org. That's fsstl.org/Ameren-all-in scholarship to apply or learn more. The Ameren All-In Scholarship is designed to award critical last dollar funding to fill the gap between total cost of education and financial resources available to students from family, school, state, and federal sources. The Ameren All-In Scholarship will foster educational attainment and financial strength for members of the community often priced out of post-secondary opportunities. Education is among our key Ameren Cares focus areas, and this new partnership with the Scholarship Foundation of St. Louis stands as an example of that ongoing commitment, said Gwen Mizell, Senior Vice President, Chief Sustainability of Diversity, Philanthropy, and an officer at Ameren. Awards are renewable for up to 10 semesters per student in addition to receiving major financial support. Ameren All-In Scholars will work with the Scholarship Foundation student advisors to complete applications and learn about important resources and opportunities throughout their educational journey. The Scholarship Foundation of St. Louis is a nonprofit organization founded in 1920 and based upon the conviction that an educated society is essential to democracy. They provide access to post-secondary education to members of the community who otherwise would not have the financial means to fulfill their educational goals. At a Godfrey Beverly Farm Foundation has announced it will be collaborating with the Boys and Girls Club of Alton to provide a new therapeutic equine program supporting youth. The program will be offered through the Equestrian Center at Beverly Farm, located on the nonprofit's 200-acre campus in Godfrey. A quote from CEO Crystal Officer at Beverly Farm Foundation, "We value collaboration as a cornerstone of our success and are thrilled to announce our new partnership with the Boys and Girls Club of Alton. We are excited about the opportunities that this partnership will bring, and we look forward to welcoming all program participants. Our wonderful team at the Equestrian Center is looking forward to helping more children enjoy the benefits of interacting with and being in the company of horses." A quote from Al Womack, "We're thrilled to be teaming up with the Beverly Farm Foundation for this new program. An equestrian program like this is a great addition to our existing sports, fitness, and recreation programming. The boys and girls who take part will not only get to enjoy horseback riding, but will help care for their horses and learn more about horses and different aspects of riding and equestrian sports. The new program will consist of 2 6-week sessions in the spring of 2024. Dates will be announced later. Field trips to the Equestrian Center at Beverly Farms prior to the start of the program are planned that will help the Boys and Girls Club gauge the interest of children who may want to participate. Those that do participate will have a chance to showcase their new skills in a end-of-session show for their families. Partial funding for this therapeutic equine program supporting youth was received by Beverly Farm Foundation from the Dana Brown Charitable Trust. The Equestrian Center, at Beverly Farms is open to the public at large and also serves the men and women with intellectual and developmental disabilities who do call Beverly Farm home. The center offers a variety of programs for adults, children, and individuals with disabilities, including riding lessons, equine-assisted activity sessions, summer and holiday riding camps, barn buddies, and more. And for more information on this, you can visit beverlyfarm.org/equestrian center. Out of Carrollton, Carrollton High School is getting ready to host their annual career fair in the high school's gymnasium coming up in just a month and a couple of weeks, Thursday, February the 22nd. With a goal of showcasing the various career opportunities that can be found in the local area, the school is inviting businesses to send representatives to the career fair to inform students of the opportunities that are available. Tables will be provided for each business during their setup for display, which many consist of simulators, games, models, and more, which are all more than welcome. Displays will begin setup at 8 a.m., with students being sent in at 9 a.m. for the festivities. Lunch will be provided from 11:35 to 12:05 for all exhibitors before the event concludes at 1 p.m. If the event is snowed out due to severe weather on the 22nd, the school has designated a backup day for the next day on Friday, February the 23rd. Those interested in attending can sign up with a hyperlink that's on the RiverBender.com article. And you can email bhartwick@c-hawks.org by Thursday the 15th and indicate how many will be in your party for lunch. Carrollton High School is located at 953rd Street in Carrollton. And to learn more about last year's successful career fair, there are more stories on RiverBender.com, and our hyperlinks will take you to that information as well. 9:17's the time. And it's 38 degrees. It feels like 37 today. It will be windier with rain, then snow coming in throughout the day. We aren't going to estimate how much snow. We're just going to say a blanket statement on our weather desk, 1 to 3 inches of snow. Roads can become slippery after the changeover, which is kind of already starting this morning. Tonight, a little snow at times this evening. Our weather desk calling for up to an inch this evening, otherwise cloudy and windy. They're going to say storm totals 1 to 3 inches of snow that can make roads and sidewalks slippery, disrupting travel. So throughout the day, if you really don't need to go outside, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't. If you're older and you have some groceries to run, maybe those wait until, tomorrow or whenever you can get to them. But just stay tuned to RiverBender.com/weather. There is some weather conditions out there, and it will snow today. How much? Well, I don't even think the big guys know. Right now, as it sits, 38 degrees. It feels like 37. Temperatures will reach 41. They already did today. They're already starting to drop. And it will drop to 24 overnight as we head into Wednesday. On Wednesday, a high of 40 and a low of 28 degrees. Then on Thursday, a high of 40 again, a low of 32. On Friday, a 98% chance of snow, a high of 34 and a low of 20. But on Saturday, please put this in your mental calendar. It is going to be brutally cold. They're calling for 25 degrees for the high and 1 degree for the low temperature on Saturday, and those will continue to drop throughout the weekend. So once again, stay tuned to RiverBender.com/weather. For time and temperature throughout the day, you give this phone number a ring, 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. It's 38 degrees. It feels like 37 at 9:19. That's what's happening around the Riverbend. Hey, coming up this Saturday at 7 p.m., you can join the Harmons Mo Pitney for the 46th annual Harmon Bluegrass Lewis and Clark Community College Show. Now, tickets for this are amazingly low. I mean, think about this, $20 per person for the Harmons and Mo Pitney. That's a hell of a deal. You can call 2 phone numbers because they want to make sure you get tickets, 618-278-4422. That's 618-278-4422 or 618-917-7355. That's 618-917-7355. Those are the phone numbers to call for the 46th annual Harmon Bluegrass Annual Lewis and Clark Community College Show coming up this Saturday, January the 13th at 7 p.m. right there on Godfrey Road with the Harmons, Mo Pitney, and you in the seats. 618-278-4422. That's 618-278-4422. And once you call them, just say CJ sent you your way.
I set the thermostat so my house would be warm when I got home from work, but the kitchen is still cool.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we stand behind every Linux system we sell.
My dealer said he'd take care of everything.
At Barrett Heating and Cooling, we understand everyone wants prompt, professional service.
Turns out it wasn't my furnace after all, just a little something blocking the vent.
Pretty smart dog if you ask me. For service you can count on, call Barrett Heating and Cooling.
Lennox, innovation never felt so good.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
For the biggest selection of pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in the Riverbend, visit AltonToyota.com or stop by their location on the Homer Adams Parkway in Alton. Winner of the prestigious President's Award, Mungan Burkhardt Alton Toyota knows how to treat their customers, and they will help you find the vehicle that is perfect for you. For years, Mungan Toyota has been a fixture in the Riverbend, and now Mungan Burkhardt carries the tradition. New name, but the same great service you've come to expect.
You're listening to Our Daily Show with CJ Stelling on RiverBender.com.
Oh, Louise! I needed you today. 9:23, welcome back to this Tuesday morning right here in the heart of the 618, RiverBender.com, Roku TV, anywhere, everywhere you find this show, you'll find me somewhere. Luis, good morning.
Good morning, CJ. It's good to be needed.
I wish I knew how that felt. Last night, you know what? I thought it was a hell of a game, and here's why. I thought the first two plays of the game when Washington was going down the field, I don't know if you saw, but Michigan was not hitting hard. It was some weak tackles that just broke through for first downs, and all of a sudden that was it, and they got a little agitated, and that was all she wrote.
It was. Yeah, no, it was. I saw that a little bit too, and then I think one of the defensive coordinator for Michigan got in the players' head and basically riled the boys up in its own way. But no, yeah, it was a good national champion. It's 15-0, CJ. That's hard to do. And again, it's hard to do in college football, right? They threw in a graphic yesterday. It's like the only teams are like 15 or more is teams from like the 1890s, early 1900s, and then it was like, oh yeah, but also, yeah, we're not gonna dismissed those teams' record, but they played high school teams too. So, in this day and age, going perfect is hard. And here's the thing: going perfect next year is going to be harder too because of the expanded playoffs.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that in a second. But I mean, right off the bat, I think it's amazing that, I think Jim Harbaugh can finally say, regardless of what happens next week or in 2 months or whatever it does happen, if it does, job accomplished. That's what they set out to do, and that's what they hired him for. And it was really cool to see his dad coming down from the stands and being a part of it. And, being a part of that coaching staff too is cool. But what I think's even better is nobody on the face of the planet can say that scandal that kind of rocked him earlier in the season, middle of the season, affected him in any way. I mean, they just took it in stride. And to me, that was watching a pro team play, because that's how you play as a pro.
Oh, yeah, I figure the thing, if the sign stealing scandal affected that team in one way, it was to unify them more.
Yeah.
Like us against the world. That whenever you hit that mentality in sports, it's a hell of a drug, because it puts you more focused. It puts you more into the details, right? Again, maybe here's the thing: if they don't have that mentality, maybe they lose against Alabama.
Well, and that's the thing, and now I was going into this leaning Washington, to be honest with you. I don't know why. I just really liked Washington. I think if it would have been Alabama, it would have even been worse of a score. I really do.
Oh, yeah. Here's the thing: like, I think because remember, Alabama played Michigan in that first semifinal of the Rose Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And I again, and no knock on Washington. Washington, again, quarterback was playing a lot of hurt. Their number one receiver was playing hurt. Their number three receiver was playing hurt. So there were soldiers that were wounded, or like very wounded.
Whose dad died yesterday? There was a reporter on during like the first quarter, and I couldn't pick up what she was saying. She said someone on the Washington sidelines, one of their dads died.
Yeah, I didn't pick up that. I don't know. I don't want to speculate again.
Well, no, she said it. I mean, it was like a whole thing. The guy was playing for him.
Yeah, I wasn't hearing that. I wasn't hearing that part. I watch games. This is either for better or for worse, either on low volume or on straight up mute.
Is that because of how bad the announcing is?
No, actually, yesterday, if I was bad with the announcing, if I was mad with the announcing, again, ESPN2 had the Pat McAfee show doing the game.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Again, for these events like this, there's options. Again, and no knock. Here's the thing. I'm not even gonna say it. Like, this Super Bowl is going to be on CBS. I like Jim Nantz. But if Tony Romo gets on my nerves, I don't have anywhere else to go.
Right.
So, again, I guess I'm stuck with Tony Romo. But that's an aside. But no, yeah, again, it was for Washington, because here's the thing. It would have been the same score, more or less, if Alabama was playing Washington.
I think so. I really do.
Alabama screwed the pooch on that last play against Michigan, because it was just a total train wreck.
Yeah, it was. Let's talk about next year for playoffs, though, because we got to keep moving. What does this mean? Because to me, it seems like this is going to be almost must-watch football kind of regular season long here.
Yeah, again, there's people, and I think in the bandwagon, not the bandwagon, but in the thinking of this too, saying this was the last great college football season, because again, the regular season still meant a lot. Again, next year the regular season still means a lot, but compared to this year, it doesn't mean, because the expanded playoffs, right? And also remember this matchup that we just saw is a rematch next year.
Mm-hmm.
It's a conference game in the Big Ten, because next year, my Big Ten expands. Next year, the SEC expands. Next year, the ACC expands, and next year there's no more Pac-12.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's going to be something just to kind of keep an eye out for. So there's something I wanted to talk with you about. This broke a couple hours ago. Sorry, my voice is going out already. Former St. Louis Cardinal broadcaster Dan McLaughlin, given, and this is not my quote, this is from Redbird Rants, given a final chance at redemption, according to Redbird Rants. I don't think final is the appropriate word. Recently announced that 101 adding McLaughlin to the opening drive morning radio show with Carricker and Brooke Grimsley. It's got to feel good for him to be able to get back in behind the microphone in St. Louis.
Yeah, and he has to feel lucky that he has more lives than a cat regarding broadcasting jobs.
No kidding. I mean, no kidding. And you know what, Luis, I'll say it. You can be the nicest guy, but, unfortunately, if you can't manage your issues, then it doesn't matter how nice of a person you are. So I hope it works for him. I hope he does really well. He seems like a wonderful human being. I've never met him. But, I just have no excuses for a third DUI. He should have been in jail, and he's lucky he wasn't.
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. Again, if he, again, this is not the Cardinals' job.
No.
It's not. I think he will never be back on TV either. Like, if Chip Scary's gonna stay there in that job until he wants to, right?
Right.
I think if there's a job that may open for Danny Mack in 5 to 6 years, it's that main play job for radio, but it's still far away.
I was going to ask you about that, and not even today. I just thought about that a couple weeks ago, if that was in his future. But, hey, who is Cham Bloom?
First of all, it's Chaim Bloom.
Oh, well, there you go. I'm already losing.
No, yeah, but again, it's that weird, like, okay, Chaim. No, wait, Chaim? How do you go from Chaim to Chaim, right?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Again, before I saw the name, again, because Chaim Bloom is a baseball guy, again, he is a former executive for the Red Sox. He is, again, the Cardinals just hire him. By the way, the Cardinals hire him, Chaim Bloom, as the special advisor to the president of baseball operations, John Mozeliak. So, just to keep score, even you're alone, there's Chaim Bloom, there is Yair Molina, and there is the bench coach that I forget his name. There are 3 new people that are special advisors to John Mozeliak this season.
Well, the more the merrier. See if it helps.
Yes, Chaim Bloom again. The fan base was split here because the way his tenure with the Red Sox ended is not great. But
what happened?
Well, again, look at the Red Sox, right? They're not.
Okay. I thought there was like some scandal or something that rocked him.
No, there's no scandals.
Okay.
Yes, again. But again, I like the press release. I got it right here. Mozeliak, when it says it's like, it will be good to get an outside perspective of our organization from someone who is well respected as Chaim. Having a fresh set of eyes on all aspects of our baseball operations should be helpful. So, Mozeliak is welcoming the criticism and the perspective from the outside people that the Cardinals have.
So I like the premise. I mean, because I think that the idea that I think that we're behind in baseball personally. It just seems like other teams keep doing some things and keep evolving, and we're kind of staying where. And I'm not saying it's the wrong thing to do because I don't know baseball. So maybe it's a good thing, but I don't know. You're right. We'll see what happens. I just don't see this really helping too much. I think it's going to be great to have the devil's advocate, and then you have the guy that's telling you, no, we need to go a different avenue. But I don't think John Mozeliak's going to listen to this guy for more than 2 weeks. I just don't.
I think he's going to listen to him a lot. I think in regards to who he listens more than compared to, let's say, Yadier Molina, I think Yadi wins that battle, right?
Me too.
Because also, I'm looking at the history here, too. So prior to joining the Red Sox in 2020, Chaim Bloom spent 15 years with the Tampa Bay Rays on their baseball operations staff from 2005 to 2019, and that's with EOS. So Chaim Bloom has only worked with two other Major League Baseball teams because he is a Yale graduate. A Yale graduate in 24. So he is part of that early movement of analytics too.
We'll see what happens with it. I mean, I'm excited. At least they're doing something. No one can say the Cardinals didn't do something this offseason. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it wasn't the most glamorous thing, but, adding these roles and making sure that you're finding new additions, I can't complain about that. Now, take me through this Andrew God, help me with this. Kittredge, or is it Kittredge?
The catcher?
No, the new reliever, Kittredge.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to learn his name a lot this Saturday, so let's go with Kittredge.
Yeah, because you're going to be busy. You have winter warm-up, don't you?
Ooh, winter warm-up apparently -4 degrees. Man, did I make the wrong move going back here.
Well, you said it, Luis. You said they needed to go and find somebody. They needed to get some pitching. I don't know if you told me bullpen, but I know that we talked.
I told you, bullpen, yeah, bullpen.
And, I mean, this seems like, this guy's an all-star, isn't he?
Yeah, former All-Star with the Rays, I believe. Again, it solidifies the bullpen. I still want to do one small move here and there. I think that's the other play, too. Yesterday, they told MLB.com that they are not going to do any more moves that affect payroll that much. So they're not going to go and get another starting pitcher. They're not going to go and get another high-end reliever. They might make small moves here and there that will seem smart for them. But other than that, they're done for the offseason. And in 4 to 5 weeks, they're in.
Yeah.
In 4 to 5 weeks, they're in Jupiter.
And that's what, to me, is wild. And let's keep moving because we're going to be talking about this next week. You have winter warm-ups. Blues play tonight. They won their last 2, correct? How are they feeling?
They're good. They're doing good. Again, that last weekend score against not Colorado, against the Hurricane was a good win because Hurricane is a good team, and also they did what they did again. They shut down their key players, right? So. And it's an overtime win, too. It's a shootout win. The Blues haven't had a lot of good luck with overtime wins. So getting 2 points on the road, 2 in a row. Again, after their victory on Thursday, I had the pleasure of walking out with Joy Vitale of the Blues TV and Blues radio broadcast. Mm-hmm. And we were just talking. And, yeah, compared to last season, this team is better, right?
Right.
Again, if you go there compared to last season, this team is better. There's no doubt the way they are standing right now. But Joy was telling me, because we were talking about how do they get there to get a good playoff position? Well, they have to do something they haven't done yet, and that's win 6 in a row, win 5 in a row. Right?
Yeah.
Now they're on their way there again. 3 more, and then you're to do that make number to 5 to 5. So again, today's a big game. It's against a good opponent against Florida. In Florida, again, the Blues got trounced when they went to Florida in December, if I'm not mistaken. But again, it's a good matchup, and also St. Louis's favorite hockey son, Kachuk, is going to be playing here too tonight. So hey,
there you
go. It's going to be a good matchup.
All righty. Well, let me talk to you about City real quick. I think that we need to really hit pause on the MLS and figure out how in the heck we're going to do these playoffs, because this is just insane. I mean, I don't know how these guys are going to be able to keep up 5 years in a row doing this. Especially if you're winning the playoffs or making it to the semifinal or whatever you're doing. That is a quick turnaround, and no one realizes. They go, oh, it's soccer. You're running miles a game. And you got 2 months off, and you're doing it again. I just don't think this is smart, but, I'm not in charge.
But here's the thing. You're not in charge, but you know the game, right? You have played, your family has played soccer their whole entire lives. So I agree. This is not a baseball that you can just... Yeah, baseball is grueling 162 game season, then the playoffs and whatever. But again, you're not running the equivalent of 5 miles per game.
No.
Right? And then it's like, again, the best thing that the Blues that happened to the Blues actually was to be bounced the first round.
Yeah, you get some
To have
time
any
off.
hope, to have any hope this year. In this season, they play more games throughout the season because they qualify to more cups, right? Again, it happens. Yeah, it happens a lot in soccer, but again, this is the only league in the world, or one of the few leagues in the world that have this playoff system, a knockout playoff system, and also that has to abide to the international windows too.
Well, and
And the international windows were a little bit screwed up last year because of the World Cup that we just had in Qatar in 2021. That was in November. So international windows will be more normal going forward, but they're still trying to get there.
I just wish they wouldn't do the best ofs. If you're going to do knockouts, do knockout games. That's where, because to me, I feel like you could at least eliminate a month out of that playoff schedule if you just go, hey, we're going head to head. It's not you get 2 out of 3. We're going head to head. Whoever went, because it didn't really matter for us. We went out 0-2 anyway. I just see that as just really dragging this on. I mean, St. Louis plays in 11 days.
No, I know. Yeah, and it's not even an MLS game. It's a CONCACAF Latin America Champions League game. I think it's it's a CONCACAF Champions League game.
Yeah,
so it's not even. Again, they got 2 training camps going on. One for those tournaments, and then one for the MLS.
Well, and so. This is weird. So, Luis, these are just for their friendlies. I mean, they're starting friendlies just to get ready. So, coming up, just to let me break this down because it's right in front of me, it's friendlies against Nashville on the 20th, the 26th Columbus, the 3rd of February, a friendly with Galaxy, LAFC on the 7th, and then the Red Bulls on the 10th, Louisville City FC, they're kind of depending on that date. But CONCACAF, the first leg, or the first round, leg 1, doesn't start until February 20th, but these guys are taking a month and 10 days to get ready. I don't know. I don't think we're looking long haul here.
Yeah, and again, they're friendly, so God knows at what speed they're playing, but...
And City 2 is going to be in those, I would assume, that a lot of those kids get called up.
I think a lot of those kids are going to be invited to that camp. And again, you're not going to see Thomas Ostrog or playing 90 minutes for 6 straight friendly games or whatever.
Yeah,
but
no kidding.
It's, again, you even at half speed, you're still inviting an injury to happen. And now, here's the thing. I've been to camp like if it happens, it happens, right? It's sports, right? Again, it doesn't matter where it happens. Again, last year in the WBC, the Mets lost their closer because the Mets pitcher, Edwin Diaz, was celebrating after a win. I argue that same injury would have occurred in spring training, but in the most worst way because he's going to either he was going to be either jumping for joy or he was going to be doing jumping jacks.
It's true.
Right?
That's true.
When the ACL gives, it's about to give.
Well,
That's not like...
You're right. You're 100% right on that. Hey, I got to get going here, Luis. It's 9:45. But I do want to talk to you about something really cool real quick. I don't think I've talked to you about this. Alton High girls basketball team is 17-1. They lost their first game they've lost all year. January 6th, that was last Saturday, to Notre Dame High School Academy. I think that's a Wisconsin team. But get this, they are ranked, this was last updated yesterday on Max Preps, 2nd in the St. Louis area overall. And they are ranked 4th in the state of Illinois. How cool is that?
That is awesome.
I
mean, awesome for the ladies right there. Again, and here's the thing. I'd rather lose from somebody out of town than in state.
Well, and it was a state title winner, too. I mean, it was a close game. It was 70-63 or roughly close to that. It was, but these girls, man, are just incredible. And what I think's cool about this is I was looking, and I got to find the post from head coach Desiree Howard. But the thing is, they a lot of them, pretty much the entire team, is all well over a 3.0 or close to a 3 point. I mean, it's huge academic success too on top of the on-the-court success. So I just wanted to fill you in on that as you're, talking to the sports guys today. There's a team in Alton that's really turning heads 2 years in a row.
I will put my little sources on the big paper here in town so I can go cover them more.
There we go. Well, Luis, I really appreciate your time. Always love hearing from you. And get back to getting to work today, and we'll talk again later on.
Okay, and people stay safe out there in the snow and cold.
Hey, did it start snowing yet? I'm in a basement, so I can't see.
According to my radar, it's I just got rained on right now.
Oh, okay. Well, the snow's coming, so bundle up.
Snow is coming, yeah.
All righty. 9:45, Luis Noya. We'll talk soon. We'll take a quick break, and we'll wrap up the 9 o'clock that was after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
I don't know if you guys have been following this Odyssey filing for bankruptcy, but it's really funny to... Okay, I'm trying not to get in trouble, but I'm so tired of hearing about this Odyssey filing for bankruptcy. Okay, it was bound to happen. What happens is you have a bunch of you have one media company that buys every local media company around. That's why I love being here. We're independent. We're doing this literally all our own in an office. But you have guys on, the radio and women too. They're, but this doesn't show that there's, no money in radio. It's the times are changing. And what happens is you have a bunch of greedy corporations that buy out all these things. They go buy. And then all of a sudden they have no revenue generated from any of these shows because radio's changing. I'm not saying it's dead, but it's changing. It's just, I don't know if you've been listening to this or following along in the car or anywhere you listen to anything, but it's just frustrating because it's like, how can you spin filing for bankruptcy? I mean, that just shows you that no matter what you do, it's not going to work. You can't just become a conglomerate and think that's how we solve the problem. How you solve it is by going back to what media was best at, and that's being local. If you need to be bought out by an umbrella to kind of keep you afloat, you did something wrong anyway. And that's the way I look at it. There's only a few locally owned stations and media companies in general anymore, and you can tell by the way that their product line, we listen to it, the way their products are disseminated. And so my issue with it is it's not that radio's dead or, you're going to hear the guy that left radio to come here and do this, talking about how awful it is. It's not. But the problem is we don't have anybody in media that can identify what the best path forward is for radio. And anyone can try to debate me on that, and it's just the way it goes. So it's one of those things where Odyssey files for bankruptcy. It really doesn't mean much, but I think it's a big shout out to a few of us that do remain independent, that we never have to worry about that, because the problem is you have a little company, a little media company, a smaller one that's doing fine on their own. They get bought out, and all of a sudden they're lumped into a bunch of debt, and all of a sudden they're hurting. They can't stay afloat. So I don't know. I just think this whole idea of becoming a conglomerate and owning all these stations, it doesn't do good. It does more bad than good. And I really hope that somebody starts looking into this, because you can't just own all these, because all of a sudden then that's where the public narrative comes in. And I get where you guys come from. Well, they're all owned by the same company, so why are we listening? And that's the other thing too. So I don't know. The more I'm thinking about this, the more it becomes apparent that there does not need to be a monopolization of media. And that's what's happening. It's happening nationally, and it's already happened locally. That's why I'm proud to be here at RiverBender. And I'm not doing that to give us a live read. I'm just tired of hearing these TV people and radio people talking about Odyssey filing for bankruptcy. They filed for bankruptcy, and it shows you two things. Number one, radio ain't the same as it used to be. And number two, you can't just buy out everything to solve your problems. You have to deliver a good product, you have to have good shows, and you have to have good talent. And I don't care if you say, well, it's just the talent wasn't enough and the shows weren't enough, we were still in debt. Well, if you're good at what you do and you have a dedicated team, none of those problems happen. And that's why I think the whole idea of this buying out media companies and becoming one big, umbrella company is stupid. It's dangerous. And it's one of those things that when it happens and we don't have local media, everyone's going to start going, wait a minute, what happened to this? What happened to that? It's one of those things that you're going to miss it when it's gone. And this is how it happens. That's why, they can spin it any way they want over there, but they all did it. They all sold out that were in that umbrella, and that's what happened. So 9:54, but we do have some developing news. I just got tired of hearing about that Odyssey bankruptcy thing. 9:54, and The Alton Committee of the Whole preliminarily approved amendments to city code regarding the zoning districts of cannabis businesses are allowed to operate and open in, as well as minor changes to its cannabis license renewal and public space requirements. Dan Little spoke on behalf of Sub-Zero Alton Ops during the meeting's public comment portion to ask when the public will be able to review and comment on the proposed ordinance. I represent Sub-Zero Alton Ops, and they are an entity that's been involved with a piece of real estate that's already owns a location at 1400 East Broadway. It previously housed an adult cannabis dispensary. With respect to item 5, I just have a question in terms of timing. What is the expected timeline in which any proposed text amendment might be disseminated for public review and comment? City Attorney Tanya Genovese responded that while they could not have a back and forth with the individual, they would discuss the matter further after the meeting. The dispensary, which was previously housed at 1400 East Broadway, as Little indicated, was the Alton dispensary, which accused Sub-Zero of evicting them from their original location, misappropriating $1.8 million in company funds, stealing about $140,000 in cannabis products, and selling them out of a different location, plus launching a retaliatory cyber attack campaign on their social media pages and point-of-sale systems, along with more. And those were just the accusations. Again, those aren't our direct comments. Alton Dispensary President and CEO Jeremy Wazowski previously asked City Council at their December 20th meeting to consider expanding the zoning districts for dispensaries that are allowed to operate in after informing council members of the situation with Sub-Zero. Up to that point, and announcing they had found a new building in a previously restricted zoning district. Now, the proposed amendments expanded the available zoning districts for cannabis businesses to open and operate in, with different districts for certain types of businesses. Adult use dispensaries are still limited to one per each of the city's 2 dispensary zones, but are allowed within the C2 general commercial districts and C5 heavy commercial districts. Adult use cannabis lounges are also limited to one per each of the city's 2 dispensary zones and are also allowed within the same zoning district as dispensaries. Adult use cannabis craft growers, adult use cannabis infuser organizations, and adult use cannabis processing organizations are allowed within the M1 light industrial districts as well as the C5 heavy commercial districts. Adult use cannabis cultivation centers, undercover and open field, and adult use cannabis transportation organizations are allowed both within M1 light industrial districts. The ordinance also makes a few other minor changes. Cannabis businesses in Alton are required to register for a cannabis license on a yearly basis and pay an annual license fee of $5,000, but the date these licenses expire each year have been changed from April the 30th to December the 1st. The ordinance also removes a requirement for adult use cannabis dispensaries to have a minimum of 75 parking spaces. After passing by a unanimous vote from the Committee of the Whole, the item now goes on to City Council for final approval ahead of their Wednesday meeting, which is tomorrow. The Committee of the Whole meeting from Monday is available on the top of the RiverBender story or on RiverBender.com/video, and tune in live to watch that vote take place tomorrow, Wednesday night, right here on RiverBender.com. Before I take a quick break, Lisa Webb needs your help, and I need you to help her. She has a brand new Facebook page because sometimes you know how Facebook works. It's the worst feeling in the world when you got to start over. But hey, I know that all of you are going to help me because we're kind of like family now. I mean, I've been doing this show for 2 years. I can't believe you put up with me for this long. I can't believe John's put up with me for this long, or actually anybody upstairs, but we're here. And I need your help. We're getting to know each other. Lisa Webb's a big supporter of mine, allows me to come on here every day and blabber into this metal microphone over here, but she needs your help. Go over to 3rd Street Realty on Facebook. That's 3rd Street Realty on Facebook, and like and follow and share, because we got to get her page numbers back up to where they used to be because she had to start over. And you know, even though she has to start over on social media, they don't have to start over their mission at 3rd Street Realty. For over a decade, this woman-owned but family-operated company has valued your family's values. They don't look at you as a price tag or a commission check to get to the million sales mark. They look at you as a family, as a person, as an individual that's ready to start that next chapter in your life, whether or not you're buying your first house, whether or not you're selling your 50th house, or if things happen and you're looking at the bank calling you and foreclosure's coming. Lisa Webb works with everybody, and that's just how good she is. That's where the experience comes in. And what I think's even better is, especially when it comes to that foreclosure and short sale, is she'll hold your hand through every step of any process she's on, but she is so knowledgeable when it comes to foreclosures and that art of a short sale that I highly encourage you, whether or not you need her now, in the future, if your neighbor needs her, you refer them to thirdstrealty.com. That's thirdstrealty.com, because when I look for somebody, no matter if it's in housing, buying a car, buying a new shirt, you name it, I want somebody that's a people person. I don't want somebody that's commission driven. And at Third Street Realty, your family's values matter, and Lisa Webb and her team will put your family first always. thirdstrealty.com, and hang out with Lisa Webb and I on the third Wednesday of each month for Third on Third with Third Street Realty. 10 o'clock in downtown Alton. A quick break. Top of the hour news next. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of Third Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. Third Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit thirdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Let's see if my voice holds for another 55 minutes. And 2 more interviews. 10:05, 9th day of January, and my voice is gone. We'll make it through it. Hey, before I do news, big shout out to the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. So in the mornings, hold on, my hair is doing something crazy here. I can't even look at myself. In the mornings, at 7:30 we had the North Alton Godfrey Business Council meeting, and those are just fantastic. And this time, we were over at Ingrek, and it was Zeke J. Bush's birthday yesterday, and I wanted to make sure I stopped in and said happy birthday to the birthday boy, but also just to see everyone gathered around and learning about our community in different facets, whether or not it's through, our infrastructure with the Freightway, or if it's through, the speaker today, which was Corey Jobe at Great Rivers and Routes. There's so many things to learn, and it just being in that room and the camaraderie. And no one's grumpy. Everyone's happy to be there. And that's why I love the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. And just remember, even though you're an individual out there, maybe you don't own a business, you can still be a part of it and volunteer, be a part of their beautification efforts, and be a part of their commitment to our community. And just because it says North Alton Godfrey doesn't mean it's just limited to North Alton Godfrey businesses. It's open for all of you in the area that want to be a part of this really just unique collaborative group that really does reach new heights each and every time we meet, because we aren't there to, directly do the old business card, 5-minute elevator pitch, and then we're kind of done and everyone forgets about it. We're there because we want to be there. We're there because we love the people in the room, and we are friends or friendly with everybody there. And we all work together for the greater goal of reaching broader horizons together as a group. And so if you want more information on North Alton Godfrey Business Council, nagbc.com, that's nagbc.com, and hang out with them tomorrow. Jeff Carver and Blake will be in with the North Alton Godfrey Business Council. They'll talk about their respective businesses and the council as a whole. But at 10:07, here's what's happening around the River Bend out of Edwardsville, Madison County. State's Attorney Tom Hain did announce Monday that a Troy man has pled guilty to first-degree murder in connection with the fire-related death of a woman in Troy. Michael E. Sloan Jr., 41, of Troy, did plead guilty to the charge during a hearing Monday before Associate Judge Neil Schroeder in Circuit Court in Madison County. Sloan faces up to 50 years in prison. His sentencing hearing is set for February the 26th. The quote from Tom Hain: "We intend to seek the full 50-year term. This was an especially heinous and cruel crime." Sloan admitted that he set fire to the home of 69-year-old Suzanne Tomlinson in the 500 block of Wood Thrush in Troy on September the 22nd, 2022, knowing that she was inside. The fire resulted in the death of Tomlinson. Assistant State's Attorney Lauren Miracle, in outlining the case to the court, said evidence and testimony would show that Sloan poured gasoline in Tomlinson's duplex and doused her with gasoline. Sloan also threw gasoline onto Tomlinson's adult daughter, but she managed to escape and seek help. A neighbor called police after seeing the daughter running down the street, and when police arrived moments later, they saw Sloan hold a cigarette lighter above his head and flick the lighter, resulting in a fireball. Sloan had yelled to police that he intended to kill everyone, according to Lauren Miracle. Flames and heavy smoke hindered attempts to get into the burning home, and an autopsy did reveal Suzanne Tomlinson died of smoke inhalation and burn injuries. Sloan was rescued from the fire and taken into custody after receiving medical treatment at that hospital. Tom Hain thanked the Troy Police, Troy Fire Protection District, Madison County Coroner, the Illinois State Police, and Illinois State Fire Marshal for their diligent work on this case, and he also commended Miracle and the Violent Crimes Unit of the state's attorney's office. New this morning, Phillips 66 has opened two scholarships for application. The Phillips 66 Community Advisory Panel Scholarship and the Phillips 66 Community Scholarship. Both scholarship programs are open to high school seniors in the Riverbend region. Applications are due March 1. The Phillips 66 Community Scholarship is renewable for up to $5,500 a year for a 4-year institution or $1,500 per year for a community college or technical school. Requirements are also guaranteed in an internship interview or full-time position if they meet the minimum GPA requirements and are interested in a relevant field. The Community Scholarship Program awards 66 scholarships to high school seniors who are members of the Boys and Girls Club program in Phillips 66 communities. We are excited to work with the Boys and Girls Club of Alton and the Boys and Girls Club of Bethalto on this program, says Melissa Erker, Director of Government and Community Relations at the refinery. This scholarship is unique in that it not only offers the opportunity for a substantial financial award, but also an opportunity for a potential internship if applicable. In addition, the scholarship highlights the partnerships Phillips 66 has already had to support the mission of Boys and Girls Clubs in our local communities. The Phillips 66 Community Advisory Panel Scholarship is a non-renewable $1,000 scholarship for high school seniors, and the scholarship program is open to full-time students at Alton, CM, East Alton, Wood River, Roxana, or Marquette High Schools. The scholarship open to applicants planning to attend a 2-year or a 4-year program at a community college or a university. Applications are judged based on education and career goals, community service, financial needs, and academic performance. A copy of the CAP scholarship application can be obtained through the school guidance counselors. Dalton Brown reporting in Jerseyville that 2 people have been charged with stealing a trailer and a John Deere compact track loader from Midwest Tractor Sales in Jerseyville, according to recent Jersey County court filings. Cody A. Jones, 36 years of age, and Shaylee L. Harkey, 21 years of age, were both charged with theft of property valued between $100,000 to $500,000. Court documents state that on or about December the 19th, Jones and Harkey stole property from Midwest Tractor Sales, specifically a John Deere 325G compact track loader and a T-Man trailer with forks. Both Jones and Harkey were charged with Class 1 felonies, and court documents indicate they are currently being held without pretrial release conditions in custody of the Jersey County Sheriff until their initial court appearance, and please note that all suspects are innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. Out of Alton, Dan Brandon filling us in on more difference makers of the Riverbend. The Alton High girls tennis squad once again showed their service to community with action before the holidays. We heard a little bit about this on our show as well. The high school tennis girls have been bell ringers for the Salvation Army Christmas campaign for many years, and they performed this task again this year. Members delivered bags of pet food and tennis balls to 5A's organization. The group also sent care packages to Alton alumni in the military. The Alton girls tennis squad members are difference makers in their efforts in the Riverbend area for their community service efforts. Tennis captain Lauren Massey led the packages to service people efforts with Finley Haynes. Another tennis captain, Jenna Fassler, has a brother, Connor, in the military, and a care package was sent to him. The tennis girls joined the Social Studies Club in their efforts. Some of the girls are also members of that club. We are proud of the Redbird alumni in the military, head coach Jesse Macias said in a quote. It gave us pride to send them care packages at Christmas time. Alton High grads received a gift and shirt that showed Redbird pride and appreciation for their service. Coach Macias said he was very appreciative of these efforts by his tennis girls and said they have continued the legacy and traditions of those who preceded them on the squad in exceptional fashion. Congratulations and thank you all for making a difference in our community. If you have a difference maker, send it to news@RiverBender.com, and we would love to showcase them to our very large platform. Dalton Brown reporting out of Carrollton. Carrollton High School getting ready to host their annual career fair in the gymnasium on Thursday, February the 22nd. Here's what you need to know. With the goal of showcasing the various career opportunities that can be found in the local area, the school is inviting businesses to send representatives to the career fair to inform students of the opportunities available. Tables will be provided for each business to set up their display, which may consist of simulators, games, models, and more, which are all more than welcome. According to the release, display setup will begin at 8 a.m. with students trickling in starting at 9. Lunch will also be provided from 11:35 to 12:05 p.m. for all exhibitors before the event concludes at 1 p.m. If the event is in fact snowed out due to the severe weather on February the 22nd, the school designated a backup date for the next day, Friday, February the 23rd, if that should occur. For more information on how you can attend and sign up and be a part of it, there's a hyperlink on the RiverBender.com article that will take you directly where you need to go. One final bit of news for you. Out of Alton, February is recognized as American Heart Month, a time when national spotlights are on heart disease, the #1 killer of Americans. Since heart disease continues to be the greatest health threat to Americans and is still the leading cause of death worldwide, OSF St. Anthony's Health Center is hosting an upcoming Healthy Workplace Lunch and Learn program, providing important steps to achieving a healthier heart. This Lunch and Learn program, titled You Can't Beat a Healthy Heart, I Love It, will be held on Wednesday, February the 7th at 12 noon until 1 p.m. in the hospital's Perpetual Help Center and led by Lorinda Harjam, DMP, FNP, RNBC nurse practitioner that specializes in cardiology. The program is free and lunch will be provided, but registration is required to attend. In most cases, heart disease is preventable when people adopt a healthy lifestyle, which includes not smoking, maintaining a healthy weight, controlling blood sugar and cholesterol, treating high blood pressure, getting regular checkups, getting at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity physical activity a week, and more information on this program can be obtained by contacting Trudy Bodenbach, the business development specialist, via email or by calling 618-946-9131. Let's take a look at weather. Did we warm up at all out there? The answer is no. 38 degrees still. It feels like 35. Today it will become pretty windy this afternoon with rain. Then they're predicting the snow moving in later than expected. They're calling for it to start coming in later this afternoon. They're going to call for 1 to 2 inches of snow during that time. Roads can become slippery after that changeover, so if you're leaving and you have rush hour traffic, might not be the worst thing to do to maybe find a doctor's appointment or something to get you out of the office an hour early. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck in traffic on 270. Little snow at times this evening, up to an inch. Otherwise, cloudy and windy. A storm totals will be about 1 to 3 inches of snow. That's what we're going to put it as because honestly, no one knows. Snow can make roads and sidewalks slippery, disrupting travel, so please be advised. And if you don't need to leave today, stay inside your house, stay warm, watch RiverBender.com, or just hang out and enjoy the day. Temperatures will reach 39 degrees today. They already did. And they'll drop down to 25 overnight when that snow starts to trickle down. On Wednesday, 0% chance of precipitation, a high of 40 degrees, a low of 28. Then on Thursday, a high of 40, a low of 32. And then on Friday, here's where things start to get a little interesting. 37 degrees for the high, a 99% chance of snow on Friday evening, and 17 degrees for the low. And then on Saturday, whew, no thank you, I'll be inside all weekend. A high of 20 degrees, a low of 3 degrees on Saturday, and it will continue to get colder until Monday, and we don't even know if it'll get warmer after that. So be aware that this weekend will be brutally cold, and if you know somebody that has some heating issues at their home, make sure that they're aware of that. Maybe you can find them a space heater ahead of time or something that'll keep them warm. And if you see somebody out on the street, please inform them about our overnight warming locations just in case someone needs a warm bed. But at 10:18, that's the weather for time and temperature throughout the day. 618-465-4545. This time powered by Bounce Back, Rehab, Recover, and Return Home. All right, the cat is out of the bag, and I am nervous as I'll get out. Coming up on January 26th, 27th, and the 28th, I make my acting debut. Literally at Alton Little Theater, the Actors Studio series. Lee Cox called me and said, CJ, would you be interested? And I said, you know what? I am, because this is something that's perfect for me. Now, the Actors Studio series is Lee Cox's brainchild, and it's so cool because listen to this. There's 3 shows that run 3 to 4 nights. Each show is about an hour and 10 minutes, and they're really just a great way to showcase different actors, and maybe it's their first time performing, like me, or it's just somebody that wants to get some reps in before those other shows start coming down the pipeline, like the 4 Poster, which starts in February. It's moving too quick. The 90th birthday of Alton Little Theater is flying by, but I need you to stop by January 11th through the 13th for 2 Rooms by Lee Blessing. That's going to be a really, really good show. And then January 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, that's Red Jasper by Michael Madden. That's going to be a fantastic show. And you can see me on the stage on January 26th, 27th, and the 28th. The Elephant's Graveyard by George Brandt, based on a true story. It's a pretty powerful play. And I'm not going to lie, I'm not used to being as serious, but I'm ready for the occasion. We have a talented cast. We have a talented crew. We have a great director in Shay. And then Lee Cox is there with us. It's $10 for each show or $25 for all 3 shows. And if you go to one of my shows, I'll say hi, I promise. You can call 618-462-3205 for more information. That's 618-462-3205, or visit altonlittletheater.org. That's altonlittletheater.org for ticket information, and mark your calendars, because coming up on Saturday, February the 10th and February the 11th is the best of the best country love, and this is where things get a little fun here. A dozen artists will perform their favorite country love song, Islands in the Stream, come on now, of all time, as a special Valentine's Day treat from Alton Little Theater. And Alton Little Theater's volunteers will be whipping up some libations and treats just to say they love you. And on top of that, those performers are competing for $1,000. All of that and more, plus from February 16th through February the 25th, directed by Kevin Frakes, the 4 Poster. This one is going to be a hell of a show. For all this information, altonlittletheater.org, altonlittletheater.org, and I'll see you January 26th, 27th, and the 28th for an Elephant's Graveyard, where I make my acting debut. So get your tickets now, fill out the seats so I can feel good about this at altonlittletheater.org. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you've worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Last dance with Mary Jane. One more time to kill the pain. I feel summer creeping in and I'm tired of this town again.
Don't mind my soapbox. My microphone was off, and thank God I don't need a lawsuit today. 1026, a little bit of change. Oh my God, I was ready.
I feel you. I get there too.
We'll leave that off the record. Hey, Tara, you and I have talked to Taralei. You and I have talked about this, a couple of times, and this is one of the things that I will never speak quiet about, and that's Last Prisoner Project. I just wanted to kind of throw out this while we were just coming back from break.
Yeah.
The Last Prisoner Project, for all of you who don't know, national nonpartisan nonprofit dedicated to reforming criminal justice through progressive drug policy. What's that mean? Well, a lot of people were thrown in prison for dime bags of pot when they shouldn't have been. And Tara, before we go into what you're working on, listen to this. 15.7 million people have been arrested for marijuana offenses over the past 2 decades. $47 billion spent annually for the United States war on drugs. And $32.2 billion, that's the legal cannabis market size in 2022. So Last Prisoner Project still working. And it's amazing because folks don't realize even though states are legalizing, people are still in jail for this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's even like, there have been a couple times now. I think the most recent was October where President Biden has passed, said he's giving out pardons.
Yeah.
But those aren't even releasing people from prison. They're not affecting people. They're not helping the people who have been, displaced or are unable to get work now because they've got these charges on their background for a plant.
Yeah. Pretty much.
A plant.
Yeah,
a
you're
healing
right.
plant.
You're 100% right.
Yeah.
And now, what are you working on when it comes to this photography? Because you're a pretty talented photographer, from what I'm understanding.
Thank you. Yeah. So I've done a lot of photography work over the years. When I started as a journalist, it started when I was living in Nashville and covering artists.
You were doing some real stuff in Nashville, too.
Yeah,
that was wild.
Yeah, but I started, before I even got into the political stuff,
Really?
I started just covering the, indie pop and hip-hop scene in Nashville.
No
And
way.
so,
Is it pretty lively down there?
Oh, yeah. It was. I can't speak to it so much right now. Right. I've been back here for, oh my God, is it 5 years this year? 19.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5 years.
Wow.
So February will be 5 years that I've been living back in the area. I was in Nashville for a little more than 7.5. And I honestly, I think I interviewed one country musician in all my years of covering musicians there, and most of the time though it was like the underground pop and hip hop scene.
So before we talk about photography,
yeah, that's right.
Because we have time to play with.
Yeah,
I did not realize that there was like basically a huddle of country music writers in Nashville, and that none of them ever get talked about. They just ship their songs off to all the big names. I didn't realize that's how it worked.
Yeah,
I really didn't.
I mean, I think that's until you're actually
like
in those spaces, you don't really realize how it all works and
so
how much all the artists do kind of work together at different points and all, but
it's
on levels that you wouldn't realize. Yeah, but so I started really getting into photography that way by shooting concerts just to go with my my articles. So I'd bring my little, at that point I had, a little purple like digital
little Sony action.
Yeah, I think it was a Sony. It was a little like, oh my gosh. And so I'd whip that out of my pocket. This was even pre-iPhone, all right? This was like, I didn't even.
You had the razor in your purse and the damn Sony.
Yeah. Well, no, I was weird. I didn't have a razor. I had the Juke.
No
Do you remember
way,
those?
Yes.
They were the little MP3 players that then like flipped out like a switchblade.
Yes. Oh my goodness, I love it. I went from Razor to Nokia.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Tank. All right, sorry.
No, it's okay. But so I do a lot of photography. Since I've been back in the past year, I've been doing photography like that again, shooting concerts at the conservatory, and I was hired to. I saw you when I was photographing the Earth Tones Festival and everything, and so that's and a lot of my stuff aside from the like photographing concerts and events. I also like with my journalism when I was in it, like it was all very people focused, very storytelling, helping people share their stories. So that's what I think that's kind of what we're building up to here.
Yeah.
So I am starting this photography project. I've already done a couple shoots, but the purpose is to kind of help in the stigma. So for me, I've realized I've kind of been in a little bubble. A lot of the people around me are very open about cannabis and very friendly to it. And, but like when I step outside that, when I'm around my aunt and uncle, when I'm around other people, they're not as, it's like suddenly I'll be talking the way I would around my friends about like lighting up a joint or something. And people are like, should she be saying this right now? Like,
Right,
and
right.
So I think, through that, and then just the fact that, what the Last Prisoner Project focuses on, all the people still in prison, all the people still getting arrested, even in legal states.
Yeah.
For just possessing a little bit of this plant. It's ridiculous, especially when so many, I can post photos online of myself smoking, and I'm not going to get in trouble because I'm...
Well, no, and that's another thing, because what people don't realize is that even though it's legal in Illinois, let's say that you're going to your, wherever you're going, let's say you're going to a picnic and you don't want to bring your whole container of stuff, so you put it in a little Ziploc bag and you go, you get pulled over, you don't have a barcode, and even if you do, if it's opened, you're getting popped.
Yep.
And, I'm not saying, I just don't think that's right. I really don't. I think that it's like open container of alcohol at that point, you get a slap on the wrist and you pay a little fine and you move on. There shouldn't be any misdemeanor.
It shouldn't be, but right.
Yeah.
No. People should not be having their lives ruined over this healing plant. So that's kind of my goal. I'm going to be starting this photography project because, too, like one of the things is I feel like there's such a strange, is this the right word, like dissonance? Because like with the sheer amount of people in this area who do rely on it even to get through their day, whether it's medically or...
Well, even recreationally, just to kind of deal with stuff.
Right, just to unwind in the evenings. But then there's still so many people who are like scared of it and don't understand. And so I feel like if people saw just how many people in this area especially are using cannabis and still contributing to the community, still a big part. Like they're not the stereotypical, like most people aren't.
They aren't
most
the
people
drug
are
rug,
not the stereotypical like Cheech and Chong, type vibe. It's the people out there using cannabis are very important to the community and doing a lot for the community.
Well, and on top of that too, Taralei, you go to, so the first time I really opened my eyes to it was when I went to Collinsville the first time 3 or 4 years ago. Hell, it's longer than that now. That's wild. It's been so long.
Yeah, they went rec January 21st, 2020.
Yeah,
That's,
so
yeah.
3 or 4 years now.
4 years.
And whenever, yeah. And, whenever I was sitting there, because I just wanted to go for the experience, I thought, what the hell? This is the first time we've been able to do this. So I'm in there, and I swear to you, your business community was in that dispensary. It was It was not, because the thing is, you walk in there, I saw every suit jacket color in the world. I saw everyone. It was like they just got off of work or went from a lunch meeting. It's not this whole like, oh, it's the drug head that's in the basement playing, video games. It's not.
No,
it's just not.
And that's I worked at Collinsville for a long time in 2020, and that was you walk in and it's like an Apple store.
Yes,
like
it
with
really
all the
was.
screens, all the it's so fancy, all the wood touches, and that. And I think that's one of the things within the legal cannabis industry, especially. A lot of the companies are like trying to make it so that everyone will feel comfortable if they go in.
It's true. And on top of that, not to cut you off, but now I'm stumbling on to something here.
Yeah.
Dispensaries are expensive. Okay, I'm sorry. People are paying way too much for product right now, and you can compare numbers to other states. But here's where my issue comes in, is where you have people that can't afford this, and they know that cannabis is still legal in the state only if you play by their rules and utilize the dispensary. So the people that can't afford it are still in the same guidelines as they were before cannabis was legal. There's something that people don't understand about that's the way it works.
And I think that's one of the hard things too about it right now, is that like I can't afford the dispensaries.
Right.
I am very much personally, and like maybe this is I don't know, I'm very much still support your local plug.
Okay.
That's me personally. Especially.
Well, you can't afford it, and that's the thing.
I can't
and that's
afford
just the bottom line.
But it's also just. I don't think the Illinois cannabis industry itself, like that's like, I love when I go out west, go into the dispensaries out there and stuff. It's such a different experience.
Not militarized.
It is a very different experience. Here, it's still so heavily regulated. It is still like not only how expensive it is. Like when I went to San Francisco in September, I walked into a dispensary there, and it. Completely different experience. It's all on shelves. You can walk around, you can handle the boxes, you can read the labels. In Illinois, you still are not allowed to handle the package even once you've bought it until you've left dispensary property.
And technically,
that is the law.
when you get home, you can't even open it in your car.
Yeah, you can't even open it in your car. You're supposed to wait until you are home inside. Like, that is the law. And of course, a lot of people don't.
And I'll tell you this
give
for
a
a
shit
fact,
about that,
because
but, sorry.
Tara, no, you're fine. Well, the thing is, I know for a fact because someone got arrested on the bus in Collinsville because they opened their bag on the bus leaving the store, and they were arrested. I watched them get. Now I don't know if they got taken to jail, but they got put in handcuffs for a few minutes.
That's why for the first couple years, at least, most people were like, most dispensaries were stapling your bag shut.
They still do it. Some.
I know they still do it. Some. There have been a couple instances where they've just been like, get out. Like, okay.
So let's get back to this because I have another interview. I forgot. So photo contest. When is this happening? How do we get a part of it?
So yeah, it's not a contest. It's just.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So I am wanting to find people, especially recognizable faces. But anyone really in the Riverbend, St. Louis area, who contribute, to the community at some level, whether, whatever that means to you.
Yeah.
Whether it's your job, something, a business you own, a project you're working on. If you use cannabis, please reach out to me. I would love to do a photo shoot with you. What I'm doing is 2 sessions. So I'm starting with an interview just to talk to you about your relationship with cannabis, and kind of figure out how I want to help portray that within a photo shoot. And then we'll do a photo shoot smoking, or I would love to find people who would rather do edibles during the shoot, dabs, whatever, it doesn't have to be smoking a joint or a bowl, however you consume, even if it's other cannabinoids. But also too, so I know a lot of people still, like, this is the whole point of this is to end the stigma. But I think an important part of that to show will be the people who are scared to speak up about this because they're worried about losing business or something. I have friends who have said, I would really love to participate, but I'm worried it will take away from my business because like either I work with kids and people would be concerned even though I'm not smoking it at work.
Right.
But so I want to be sure to tell people, like, if this is something you're at all interested in, if this is something you at all would like to help with, I think this is a small, way that you're not going to have to spend money or anything to help out. Just let me take your photo. But if you're at all concerned about that, I have a lot of great ideas to do photo shoots
around it,
where you would be kept anonymous. So please don't please don't be scared to reach out to me. I'm willing to work with everyone. Keep your name and your face hidden, whatever we need to do. But I want to make this project happen. However many photos I can get, I'm going to be displaying some of them on 420 at the conservatory.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a whole lot of info I can release about this yet, but I am Fairy Herb Mother. That's my, and
True.
that will be, so Fairy Herb Mother will be presenting a show at the conservatory on April 20th this year. So to celebrate 420, it's going to be a little fundraiser. It's going to be really cool, all about ending the stigma and celebrating cannabis in the best way we can within the legalities
Isn't
of
it
Illinois.
So funny.
But
it's just so now that you said that, you made a great argument, and I'm not one to make arguments on this. I feel like I don't argue over something that's obvious. I just refuse to. I have too much things to do in the day to worry about it.
Feel ya.
And but what I think's hilarious is you go out, and no matter if you're in Alton, Godfrey, New Jersey, Wisconsin, you go out 9 times out of 10, we've all seen our teacher out having a glass of wine, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But
right.
What's amazing to me is that the fact that we can go, oh, well, that's okay that you're half, turned over at the bar, but God forbid if we find out you smoked a joint. And that's where my issue is with this.
Yep.
It's like, for all the, the issues that come with alcohol, and this town knows all about the issues that alcohol can cause, and this region can, you think that we'd finally go, are we really being that ridiculous over this? And we are in this town. It still is there. And people are still being criticized, and they're still being judged. And my thought is, who cares? If you want to be happy doing what makes you happy, I can't stop you from doing it. I don't want to be happy. So do unto others, but don't tell me how to live my life.
Right. But so, the best way to reach out to me, probably shoot me an email. It's fairyherbmother@gmail.com. FAIRYHERBMOTHER@gmail.com. That's you can also find me. So I've got a TNG photography page set up on Facebook. You can reach out to me through that, and that's where on Facebook I'll be sharing some of the photos as I take them and keeping people updated. You can also, I'm on Instagram as Fairy Herb Mother. I think there's an underscore between Fairy and Herb Mother. So lots of ways you can reach out to me. I almost always hang out at the conservatory. You can find me there if you are not going to remember this email and everything I've listed.
We'll link the email in the on-demand. We'll just take care of that for everybody. I'm going to throw your email in the on-demand video, and you guys can reach out and talk to Taralei there.
Yeah. So just reach out to me, and really, this is important to me. I think that, especially because my goal is to keep expanding with what I'm doing for cannabis education in media and everything. And, I think it's important then to continue working to end the stigma and promote things like the Last Prisoner Project, make sure that while we utilize and enjoy this plant, that we aren't forgetting, all the changes that need to be made for all the people who have been affected for this.
You're right. And I think this is a great way to do it, because once you get people in just interested about it, you can start really talking about it. Because people don't really, they think, because we're told the big four kind of have their headlines and we read through them, that's great, we're moving on. But when you realize there's not actually any steps being taken, it's just been blanket statements and kind of buzzwords, and then we move on towards the next day. That's what's happened.
Right.
And so I hope you really do achieve this. And I think you will. I really do think you will.
Thanks.
And I think you're going to be very surprised if you stop by the conservatory on the 20th of April and you realize, oh my goodness, how many pot smokers are there? No, okay. Anyway, 10:43, a little bit of change. We'll take a quick break. Taralei, always appreciate talking to you.
It's always a good time, CJ.
We'll be talking with Shannon Stelling, home builders, remodelers of the Metro East Association, as we are gearing up for the Home Expo 2024. Quick break. We'll come right back with more after this. Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
I just got a new air conditioner. Top of the line.
I bet mine's better. It's so efficient and quiet, I hardly know it's running.
I've got you both trumped. I've got a Linux.
So do I.
Barrett Heating and Cooling carries Linux products to meet any budget. Don't gamble with your energy dollars. Call Barrett Heating and Cooling and start saving today.
Lennox. Innovation never felt so good.
With over 20 years of experience, Wilson's Tree Service has the expertise to handle all of your tree care needs. Licensed and fully insured, their team of experts are dedicated to providing reliable service. Plus, with a 24-hour emergency service line, Wilson's will always be there for you. Don't risk tackling that timber by yourself. Trust the local professionals at Wilson's Tree Service. Visit treeservicealtonil.org to get started today.
Welcome to Evergreen Place, a community that embodies joyful living, independence, and financial freedom for seniors. If you're looking for a full day of activities or to relax in your apartment, we have you covered. Located on the Alton Memorial Campus. To know us is to love us. Experience the difference at Evergreen Place.
Life's better when you're under our roof. That's because our expert agents will make you feel totally protected with the right auto and home coverage at the right price. Also, you can enjoy the dreams you worked so hard to achieve. American Family Insurance.
Since 1993, Sparks Junk Removal is always adapting to the needs of our clients. That is why we now offer weekly trash pickup for selected areas. Plus, we offer driveway-safe rubber-tired dumpster rental. Give us a call today at 618-781-1407 or visit us at sparksjunkremoval.net.
Not sure if you've noticed, but those advertised prices from the other dealers are just a bunch of blah, blah, blah. At Roberts Motors, the advertised price is the price you pay. And that, my friend, is great news for you. Don't fall for their so-called incentives that will leave you banging your head against the wall. Go with Roberts Motors. Prices you can trust and people you will like. That's the Roberts Motors way. And trust me, it's the way to go.
When life throws unexpected challenges your way, you need a versatile legal ally to protect you. Sean Lentz, with over 12 years of experience, is here to help you in a variety of avenues. From personal injury to criminal defense and even semi-truck accidents, Sean Lentz has your back. Don't wait for the justice that you deserve. Call 618-465-8000 and see how Sean can help you today.
Welcome back to our daily show. Here's CJ.
Yes, Stevie Wonder, Shannon is lovely. And good morning, Shannon, 10:48 on this 9th day of January. How are we doing?
Good morning, CJ. We're doing great. 2024 is here, and it's off to an amazing start.
That's incredible. Did you enjoy your holiday?
I did. It was amazing to spend time with all my grandkids and my kids. So
What I thought was really cool, Shannon, is the last couple of trade spotlights we've done, people are starting to really notice them. And I love the fact that Home Builders Remodelers of the Metro East Association partnered up with us to really tell those stories. And it really shows how important the future it really is when it comes in terms of vocational programs. And really, if we don't have those, we don't have a future.
Right. I mean, it is so important, and it's starting to pick up some steam even at the national level. You're starting to hear some of the big politicians out of Washington, D.C. start talk about how great the need is, and they're starting to pay attention to it, and they're looking at different programs and resources that we can continue to grow that area. Because we're in trouble. I mean, I've said it every time we've talked. We are in trouble if we don't start opening the minds of parents, especially to the benefits available and the income and careers that these kids can have in the trades industry. And it's never going to go away. It's not going to be replaced by AI. It's not going to be replaced by computers or robots, because we're always going to need people to build homes, to fix homes, to repair homes. So there is a big need for it, and and I'm so excited to be doing this with you guys, because it is bringing exposure to it. So it's awesome.
Well, and I just love reading the articles and seeing how passionate these students are too, Shannon. And that's what I think so exciting is I love when somebody loves what they're into. And whenever you're able to give them those opportunities or be a part of programs that allow those opportunities and build them up to maybe a career in something they love, I mean, that's the American dream.
You know, it's funny that you talk about that excitement and passion, because if you talk to some, I'm going to call them the old guys, they'll probably kill me, but guys that have been in the industry forever, and they can still tell you the first home they built. They can drive through a community. I was with one of our builders the other day, and they're like, hey, Shannon, I built that house back in my 30s, and I built that house when I was in my 40s. And they remember it. They have such passion and commitment to it, and such a sense of satisfaction. You use your hands, you start from the foundation all the way up, and you see a finished product, and it carries a lot of weight and stays with and resonates with these people in trades for a long time.
Well, and on top of that, I'll second that. My grandpa, Shannon, I don't know if I told you about him. He started a business after coming in from the boonies of Missouri, and started one of the most known sewer cleaning businesses in the area for a long time, Rigdon Sewer Service here in Alton.
Yep.
And he can tell me anywhere in that, and just to hear the memories that he's been able to have because of those jobs. I mean, to me, he has one of the best memories out there, and all it takes is looking at a house and going, oh my goodness, it was raining that day, and that was a doozy.
Right. Well, and I'll take it a step further for you too, talking about that. You never know where your career will take you in the trades. My grandfather, rest his soul, he passed away about 18 years ago. He had been a carpenter his entire life. He built Busch Stadium. He was part of that, Wow. So you never know where your hands will touch, is what I tell young kids. You never know what you'll be a part of. Some history-making monument, some history-making building, or people's homes that they build a life in, and it's a good feeling to be involved in that stuff.
Absolutely. And speaking about getting your hands on something, how about I get my hands on that $18,000 hot tub we have 2 months for?
You and everybody else out there, right, CJ?
We are 2 months away from the Home Expo 2000. I can't believe we're that close.
I know, it's flown by. It's getting here quickly.
So as we're creeping up to this, let me get people excited a little bit, if it's okay, Shannon. We have Tim Azell, Studio STL crew on Friday, 12 to 1 p.m. Then Favaz from KC95, 1:30 to 3:30. The Courtney Show, The Arch, that's going to be Saturday, 11 to 1. Billy Greenwood, Sunday, 11 to 1. You are bringing out the big boys to come play and women to come play this Home Expo.
Hey, and see, the Daily Show is going to be there. Don't forget to mention that.
I was leading you in, Shannon.
You're part of the big gun, CJ. Come on.
I love being a part of this. And I mean, I just love the way that that you all put this together, Shannon, because you're telling what home builders, remodelers, and Metro East is. Plus, you're giving us all these incentives to really spend the entire weekend with you and just enjoying everything that our home could possibly be.
Yeah, we're going to have about 130 booths at the show. It's pretty much at sold out capacity almost. And I think I have a few spots left. So there is going to be just about anything and everything from if you want to build a new home, we're going to have builders there that can talk to you. If you want to do a bunch of remodeling projects or a small remodeling project on your house, there are going to be products. There are going to be companies that offer the services. And they're going to have the latest and greatest. The newest stuff that's out there on the market, things that you may not, and let's face it, I don't know about everybody, all your listeners, but I'm tired of just the online experience.
Me too.
I want to connect with people again. I like to touch a product. I like to put my hands on it, visually see it right in front of me. And the Home Expo is a great opportunity to do that. There's no charge for consumers to attend the show. Come for free, park for free. And if you bring dog food or cat food or treats to donate to the Belleville Humane Society, who we have partnered with on this expo, they get an entry when they walk in the door into all the prizes that we're giving away. And we're giving away around $30,000 in prizes over the weekend, including the hot tub. And so they'll get an entry when they show up. But if they bring a donation for the Belleville Humane Society, they get a second entry into all the prizes. So we're not asking them to spend any money. Just come and bring a donation for the Humane Society if you can. And visit with our vendors that are going to be there, that want to share the products and the information. And what's really cool about a lot of our members that are going to be at this show is that they're willing to help consumers. Yep. They're not there just to sell stuff too. You've got questions about something going on with your house. You're going to have a building full of experts that you can tap into and say, hey, I don't know what to do about this. What do you suggest? So they're not only there to showcase their products and services, but also to be a help to consumers when it comes to their homes. We're going to have a tree farm there that you can purchase trees for your yard, bushes for your yard, place an order, talk to them about problems you're having in your landscaping. We're going to have a blacksmith there that can make things from scratch, or they also offer classes in blacksmithing. So there is just a little bit of everything going on. Then the other really cool thing, and I remember back before I ever was associated and working with the HBR, attending a home show when they used to do this. We brought back the contractor's yard sale. And what that is for consumers, it's cash or carry or credit card with a convenience fee you can use. It's all of our builders and members, products they have in their warehouses and garages from jobs they didn't use, whether it was leftover siding, a vanity or a sink or a faucet that ended up the consumer changed their mind at the last minute. It's all brand new material, but people can buy it at about 80 to 90% of the discounted pricing at the Home Expo. So if you're working on projects for your house, you're looking for something, you might find kitchen cabinets. I don't know what I'm going to all have, but I can tell you what we've had in the past. And that'll be going on all 3 days of the Home Expo. And then the really cool thing, anything that we have left, we're donating it all to Habitat for Humanity.
Great cause.
It is a great cause. We love working with them. We have some of our members who've been involved in builds with them. So there are just so many different components to this show. The other thing is we're going to have local vendors there that sell other kinds of products, like a local honey vendor, a chocolate vendor. We're going to have a vendor that does flowers and does plants for your house. So it's not just the big things for your house. It can be the smaller things or gift items. And then we also are going to have the youth performances. By the way, I still have openings on that schedule, CJ.
Oh yeah, I had someone ask me. No, I not Patreon. I had someone asking me about that. I'll have to get that taken care of today.
Yeah, if anybody is involved with a choir, a karate team, any kind of performing group, a band, a dance team, a cheerleading team that would like an opportunity to perform before a large audience, just reach out to Shannon at the HBR. You can call 618 343-6331, or you can go to the website and send me an email. And I still have some openings on that schedule. But we have a wide variety of groups from all over the southern and metro area in Illinois that are going to be performing at that event as well.
Shannon, I got to ask you, as this hell of a roller coaster is getting ready to start off, and what I mean by that is 2024. There's a lot of campaigns getting ready to start, and I know that I was just, not a part of, but just kind of observing and not reporting, but just observing some meet and greets from just respective candidates. And vocational training and programs have been brought up numerous times. In this kind of weird cycle where we're getting ready to be in primary season, we're getting ready for the general election nationally, statewide, and then in the following year locally for consolidated, how do you get a lot of phone calls about your insights or what your association would like to see when it comes to the growth of vocational programs and just the trades in general?
Yes, we get some reach outs from consumers, and I'm engaged every month pretty much with our local politicians from our 20 counties, our representatives, our senators, our mayors. I'm in meetings every month with mayors. I just was in a meeting with 6 of our members with one of the townships over here talking about coding and zoning. So we're very engaged, and my message to consumers is, and to all the politicians that I talk to and that our association engages with, is housing should not be a political issue. At the end of the day, we all have to have homes to live in. We all have to have buildings to work in. And we have to have people that can work on those things and build them. And we need to really work on taking politics out of housing and talk about what's the best benefit for the states, for the communities, and for the consumer. And that's what we strive to do, always to make housing affordable and obtainable for consumers. We're going to be involved in a housing impact study coming up here soon with Leadership Council of Southwest Illinois to look at the housing, the true housing availability and obtainability for consumers. A lot of people don't realize, but in the metro area, there is $1 billion worth of real estate done every year, whether it's new homes, it's existing homes being sold, and it's partially because of the base that we have right here. We have a lot of people that come in that work for contractors and work for the base, and we try to partner closely with a lot of those people as well and look at how things are impacting the local area and how can the HBR make a difference? What can we do to help things out? It's always our goal to make sure there's skilled craftsmen available to consumers and that we are making housing obtainable and affordable.
I just love having you on, Shannon, because this group, your organization, Home Builders, Remodelers, whether it's at the statewide level, the national level, or right here for the Metro East, is so important and crucial. And whether or not it's for you as a consumer at home, I have to ask you about one more thing because I know that you're moving still, but this is really cool. I didn't notice this on your website, but also for just the commercial side of things, supporting local individuals that really are small businesses that propel our communities, whether it's in some type of sponsorship or giving back to the community or just, increasing and building up our infrastructure again. But Shannon, I'm on your resource library for consumers, and I am just kicking myself in my seat for not asking you about this before.
Yeah, we try to make a lot of different resources available about, if you've never bought a new home, what's the process to go through? Things to do with zoning. I'm always updating that section of our website. There's some new material getting ready to get uploaded actually in the next 2 to 3 weeks for some changes in regulations at the state level. So we try to have resources available for consumers. And CJ, I got to tell you, I get probably 15 calls a week, if not more sometimes, from consumers going, okay, I need to do a remodel on my bathroom. I need to do a remodel on my kitchen. And, let's face it, there's people out there that buy a magnetic sign and throw it on a truck.
Yep.
And they have burned some people in our industry, right? Because consumers get leery. Oh gosh, who am I dealing with? What is this guy? Is it legit? Am I going to pay him and he's never going to show up? And HBR, we go through a vetting process with every member that is part of our association. And we then promote those to consumers to let them know these people have been vetted and are part of the local chapter, the state state chapter and the national association as well. And we keep an eye on what our members are doing to make sure consumers are getting what they need. And when they call the office, I just rotate and refer them. I'll give each consumer that calls 3 different referrals for whatever area you're looking for. But then they can always go to our website, and every member is part of our directory. Put in a subject matter, kitchen. You can pull up people that do kitchen remodeling. I need my roof work done. You can put in roofing. So all of our members that are part of the association are always on that directory. And we want the public to know that they can feel safe and comfortable using our local contractors. And that's the other thing. These are local companies. They're not companies that are coming in from Florida or Tennessee just in town because we got a storm that came through the area.
Exactly.
They're rooted in our communities. And do you know that our members of the HBR contribute probably over $5 million to the community through other charities and organizations that they're involved in? So these people are very tied into our communities. Besides being a member of the HBR, we're all local. We're all part of the same group. And it's an amazing resource that I even used in the past when my husband and I were building our house. And I called the HBR at that time to say, hey, we're looking for this, before I worked for them. And it's a great resource to have. And we get a lot of elderly people that, they're really nervous about who do I call. And we've got great members that will walk them through, hold their hand, and help them through the process. And if they can't do the job or it doesn't fit in their wheelhouse, they're upfront and honest with them about it. And then we'll refer them to somebody else.
Well, and Shannon, that's why I'm so glad we started talking on the show, because I've learned so much, and I've heard such great feedback from people that watch our segments, and just hearing about how much just awareness that HBR raises for so much of this industry throughout the entire Metro East. And the big portion I want to reiterate to folks is that please attend March 8th, 9th, or the 10th to see over 100 booths for the Home Builders and Remodelers Home Expo 2024. You can hang out with me and a cast and crew of a slew of local celebrities, media personalities, win an $18,000 hot tub, see Shannon in action. You can do it all. And Shannon, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart of always joining me on this show. And I just love our partnership right now. It's just really very informative, and I really appreciate your time.
Well, I always enjoy spending time with you, CJ, and I love that you carry the torch for so many great causes, and the HBR is proud to be partnered with you, and especially promoting our trades for students in the area.
Absolutely. And coming up, please stay tuned to RiverBender.com/news as we keep getting out those trade spotlights. One of my favorite components of it, because the trades are so important. And I actually, Shannon, before we go, can I fill you in on our newest trade spotlight recipient?
Yes, please do. I'm excited to hear.
This one from the Home Builders and Remodelers Metro East Association. Trade Spotlight of the Month goes to Senior of Belleville, Nicholas Day. Had the chance to take the class at the District Center for academic and vocational excellence. That's known as the Cave. He had the opportunity and he jumped on it, Shannon. Now he's a metal machining student with plans to start an apprenticeship as soon as he graduates. Here's a quote. This is my first year here, and I actually really, really like it. I just like coming here and doing projects. Day explained that he had to wait until his senior year, Shannon, to take these classes, but had been looking forward to the opportunity since he was an underclassman in high school.
Yep.
I just love this.
These kids are amazing, and it's not everybody's meant to go to college. College is a good thing for certain kids, right? But for the kids that want other opportunities and get an opportunity to make a 6-figure income, the trades are where it's at. And there's so many different avenues in the trades, from carpenters to welders to plumbers to electricians to machinists, you name it. The list goes on and on. And at the HBR, we're not just about the carpenters, we're about all the trades, because most all of the trades are involved in some component of building a house, whether it's the machinist that created the materials that need to go into that house, the carpenter that builds them, the plumber that puts the pipes in, the electrician that runs the wires, and on and on and on. So, it's such an important thing, and it's so great to be able to honor some of these kids that are so excited, passionate, and have worked hard learning the trade that they're learning.
And he's going to be contributing to our community because while he's not certain what he wants to do after high school, Shannon, he knows he's probably going to be working metal machining or maybe even carpentry or welding and plans to go to Swick and Belleville. I love
It's amazing. Yep. And Swick's got a great program for many of those areas. The other opportunity these kids is go to the union.
Yeah.
If you want to go and become apprentice at the union right out of high school, you can be making an excellent income with benefits, and they will train you through their training center. The carpenters here in the area have two amazing training centers, one in Illinois and one in Missouri. And what a lot of people don't realize, there's so many things to 662, to the union local 662. It's not just carpentry. It's insulation. It's gutters. It's, there's all these different jobs within that local 662 that aren't just swing and hammer. So, it's important to look at all the different avenues and the way these kids can cross over into different areas too.
Absolutely. And Shannon, thank you so much again. I just had to get that out and make sure we recognized Nicholas. And thank you again for making sure that we could do these trade spotlights of the month. And I'll talk to you again soon, Shannon.
Sounds great, CJ. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. We're out of time. Yeah, that's what happens when you have fun on a Tuesday, Shannon. I will see all of you tomorrow for more of our daily show. So on that note, all of you have a great day. Find out who's coming up tomorrow. And until then, try your best to stay out of jail.